That's cool. That's really cool. I'm sorry for that. Here's the actual beginning of the presentation. Most people who don't really study programming or designing in school probably think computer programmers and designers are pretty much the same thing, but they're not. Programmers are the people who make things work, and they have to know quite a bit about how things like this computer speak works. Designers are the people who make things visually credible. So whether that is by making the content believable, like with words or articles, or by making good graphics, they're the people who are presenting the thing that's being shown. So it's important that they do their work visually right. Now there are two types of designers. Instructional designers work with the content of a website. So they're the ones who are going to be writing the words, like if it's a journal or an article. And graphic designers work with designing the pictures and visuals that you see. There are four things that contribute to the visual credibility of a website. One of them is layout. If you have a good layout and it's easy to follow, people are more likely to feel comfortable with what you're presenting. Typography is also important. If you can't read the font things written in, it doesn't matter how good what it says is, you can't read it. Color helps to make things more visually appealing and can also contribute to the mood of what you're presenting. And imagery appeals to people's interest. Those things are also important. A website that I think has credibility will be showing, okay, shortly. There we go. I have been impressed with Wikipedia lately. It started out, and I remember even back in elementary and high school, as you weren't allowed to use it in your papers because it wasn't a credible source. These days, it looks pretty credible, and I think it is. The layout is nice and easy to read. It's easy to take in. There isn't too many complicated things going on, and you can choose your language or your search topic. And once you get to an actual article, such as if I wanted to search up cadmium, an element of the periodic table, it comes up like this. It has all sorts of useful facts and pretty much everything you could possibly need to know on that article or that topic, and you don't have to be an expert to understand what's going on. If you look it up in a scientific journal, you'll find a whole bunch of information, but if you're a student or just someone who just wants to know how something works, I think Wikipedia is a great way to find out credible things, or at least know where your sources are coming from, and be able to learn comfortably with read language. As it will be showing shortly, as you scroll down to the bottom of the page, it shows a list of references. As you can probably tell looking at them, these references are pretty credible, good-looking references. And if you wanted to, you could look up all the stuff that was in there yourself and see what you thought of their research. In some cases, such as on that maybe aren't as well known or aren't as well researched in the first place, it'll warn you, like right here, that maybe the references aren't very well found or backed up. Here, in fact, it just tells you that it has probably pretty good references, but the links to the text are not as clear because it doesn't have direct quotes and inline citations. So you could read the article and then look at the references if you want, and it's quite possible that everything would all line up. But in cases such as this, where the article might not line up exactly with the references, if there's any doubt, they usually tell you at the top, which makes it even better. It pretty much warns you if you should be doing background research. I find that extremely nice. So, this is a very good example of a website that I find to be quite credible and easy to read. The type is nice. The colors are simple and they don't distract from what's going on, and when there are images, they're usually relevant. Sometimes you find humor, and that's also good. That adds to interest. So, this is a pretty good example. Thank you.